Life's too short to drive boring cars. So who said you had to spend a fortune to drive a brand new Porsche and have fun while doing it? You really don't need to, because today we're going to feature a brand new Porsche Macan right behind me here, featuring a double clutch transmission and a turbo 4-cylinder engine, and we're going to explain all about it, that you can enjoy a great new Porsche without breaking the bank. Let's get into it now. Porsche has always been renowned for their performance cars. The 911, cars that have always dominated on the racetrack, always done well on autocrosses, always punched above their weight class in terms of acceleration and performance, and handle like they're on rails. Well, who's to say that you can't have your cake and eat it too? We are looking at a practical opportunity here with a Porsche Macan 2020 model year, and you can also have a vehicle that is as equally fun to drive. There are several different models. You can get a base 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine, which we have here, that makes about 248 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds, and can hit about 240 kilometers per hour. These feature for about $51,000 US or about $58,000 Canadian to start, plus features. Of course, you can also get a Macan GTS, an S, and a turbo. 3.6-liter twin turbo was an opportunity, and now the current generation turbo has been upgraded for 2019 with a 2.9-liter making 434 horsepower. This also features a double clutch transmission, also known as the PDK in the Porsche land, and you can also double up and pay a little extra and get the Sport Chrono package, which features analog and digital stopwatches, launch control, and all of this can shave 0.2 seconds off the time because of an overboost condition. And now, while Porsche Macan isn't exactly considered to be competitively priced, there really is no competition in terms of handling and performance with any of its quote-unquote competitors. The Q5 from Audi is close, but it just doesn't have the gusto in the corners. Now, in the true fashion of Porsche, what would it be if you couldn't upgrade some of the performance attributes? For example, electronic adaptive suspension, adaptive air suspension, torque vectoring steering, and ceramic coated brakes, just to list a few. And the practicality doesn't end there. How about a 23 mile per hour gallon rating on the highway? And this Macan can actually tow 4,400 pounds. How is that for practicality? These Macans are also equally attractive, and they have some great styling elements. Look at this wonderful clamshell hood to expose this beautiful 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. There you'll also have the plastic engine covering identifying Porsche. Lots of great high quality parts makes this vehicle actually relatively reliable. And a few small numbered problems identified, for example, surging in the transmission, the odd coolant and oil leak, as well as some fueling issues where you're having hunting. 8-way power seats as standard, 14 or 18 is an upgrade in the sport seats. It also has gauges that resemble a 911, and you can see the paddle shifters tucked in behind the steering wheel. High quality gauges as well as high quality components and switches all over the console makes you feel like you're in a jet fighter. And the PDK base shifter feels equally of high quality. Many great components, none of which feel cheap to the touch. You also have a high quality infotainment system that works. Lots of storage. You also have all of your auxiliary plugins. And unfortunately, the Porsche Macan is a little smaller in the back seating space than some of its competitors. It does, however, have dual heated seats and climate control. Seating is of high quality, and you have a pass-through space as well with extra cup holders. And the interior overall of the Porsche Macan never fails to impress. The materials are high quality, and every single angle has a purpose. Okay, so let's go. Put her down here into drive. And of course you can go sport, hit sport, and away we go. Now you can use the paddle shifters. Woo. All right, and we set off. Now you can pull the gears because these Macans have a PDK transmission. You can toggle it over, and now the car drives itself essentially. and personally I love the Porsche Macan. I've driven many small SUVs, the BMW X3, the Benzes, as well as I've driven the Jag F-Pace, and none of them really even come close. The overall packaging, these vehicles are tight, and they're tight even with high miles on them. They accelerate well depending on the engine configuration you purchase. I would personally suggest the turbo, but the base model is a great package. High value, lots of fun, very attractive. You can get the side blades with carbon fiber painted or just the black. That's a high profile component. All of the pieces in these vehicles feel of high quality. You get lots of brushed aluminum, leather touches, and even carbon fiber or wood or aluminum as potential upgrades on the interior. Performance-wise, there's really nothing better. In this class of vehicle, the Porsche Macan is truly the vehicle I would drive home, both from a reliability perspective as well as outright performance. These are also relatively practical, and they have a great ride height so you can take them off-roading. They're actually very durable in the off-road conditions. Now, these Macans are great vehicles. They're not a whole lot of money, and to get into the Porsche world, it's a very low cost of engagement to get in there, to spend a hard-earned dollar. You don't have to spend 2 arms and 3 legs just to get into a new Porsche. Now, I will say that these cars handle, or SUVs if you will, actually handle a lot more like a car than they do an SUV, versus the Cayenne, which is a larger, certainly, if not wallowy, but certainly a lot less sporty than you get in the Macan. The Macan is certainly a lot more sporty, feels more like the car, which is, again, as they say, depends what you're looking for, but this can satisfy your sporting intentions as well as your day-to-day commute and grind, and poor weather driving conditions will also be accommodated with this car. So that was so much fun. I know you enjoyed this car, and you'll enjoy it even more behind the wheel. So with all of that said, this car was an absolute blast to drive today. But if you want to learn more about another great fun car, how about the brand new F90 BMW M5? Right there, you're going to want to check out that video. It is an absolute maniac in terms of performance and fun. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Catch you then. Bye-bye.